$18.9 billion. That's how much experts estimate Americans spend on retail last year for Valentine's Day, the holiday of love has many people kissing their money goodbye. Will you be guilty of doing the same this weekend? Well, joining us now to explain are two of Southern Nevada's premier retirement advisors, Nick Strobelt and Abe Ashton. They're fondly referred to as America's retirement brothers from Ashton Strobelt, and they're here with us now. Gentlemen, hello.
Happy to be here.
Hello.
Thanks for having us back, as always.
They wanted to brag about their socks first.
Well, we feel like we've got a gentleman's game going, and you came
I'm
out of the
boring.
gate swinging, right?
I came out boring with just the thing. But
they're pink. I mean, you can't beat that unless, I mean, you'd have to do something big to beat pink and gray stripes. I mean, you'd have to do something like, you know, maybe possibly Darth Vader.
He's got Darth Vader.
I mean, that's what it would take, and I'm willing to go there in order to win. I'm willing to go.
Did you
there.
get that as a Valentine's Day gift?
Not yet. Okay. I've got a whole different pair I think that I'm going to get for Valentine's Day.
BB-8s.
But yeah,
Get some nice BB-8s for you. 18.9 billion?
A small amount of money. 18.9 billion.
That's a lot.
Well, do you want to put it in contrast? Let's talk about what $19 billion essentially is. The entire proposed budget for NASA. Okay.
Yeah.
So we just came out just yesterday. The budget for NASA, $19 billion, or the purchase of WhatsApp by Facebook was $19 billion.
And it's worth a lot more than that.
And it's worth a lot more. It's worth a lot more today. The entire budget for cyber security for the government, that's what President Obama just asked for, was about $19 billion to protect the next big hack out there, and we spent it in one day on Valentine's Day. So all it told me is, instead of giving folks financial advice, we now sell roses. That's where we're going. Chocolates and roses. We feel like we might be way better off.
Now that $19 billion isn't coming from one person. When they break it down by per person, it's about 140 some odd dollars.
Yeah, so everybody spends a little bit. Everybody's got their piece of the dollar.
So people seem to buy into this hoopla that you have to do it. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, older folks typically spend less on Valentine's Day than younger folks. The younger folks between 35 and 44 are usually the ones spending the most on Valentine's Day. Those 65 and older tend to, less than half of them really celebrate Valentine's Day or spend money on it.
It's just a day.
It's just a day. It's just a day. But at the same time, you know, it's good to be frugal, which is, of course, you know, beneficial. But at the same time, it's also important to take care of the ones you care most about, your spouse, your significant other, things like that. And so there's a good balance, of course, to make sure that people are getting treated well. But what we find, you know, financially, from our perspective, is that the older you are, typically the less money you spend, you know, as you approach retirement. So a 55-year-old will spend more than a 65-year-old. A 65 will probably spend more than a 75-year-old, just because that's just nature. They don't want to go out as much. They don't want to spend much money on going to movies and things like that.
Or when people have been married for 40 years, they're saying, the gentlemen say, hey, listen, she's stuck with me at this point. She's not what are flowers going to do at this point? So,
well, it's something to be said. I mean, you can do something special for your sweetie and not necessarily break the bank doing it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now except for maybe you could go on television and look right in the camera's eyes and say, sweetheart, I love you. Thank you for being my Valentine. You are the girl of my dreams and the best thing that ever happened to me. But other than that, I can't think of anything that you can do that wouldn't cost a whole lot of money. Just
rewinding on the DVR later on.
Throwing that out there. I have no idea how to do that.
Hey, well, I mean, for people that are older, not only, you know, not to say the romance is dead, but they've done the dates, they kind of just go a little more relaxed. But also, some people are on a limited budget because they might not have had all of their retirement eggs correctly lined up.
Most women will tell men it's the thought that counts, and we as men have a hard time believing that because we're so monetarily driven, right? We view so much of what we earn and what we spend and what we drive and what we have. And most women will tell us, no, it's about the feeling. That's why a note from their child means so much to them. And we can't really quantify that value. But I've seen with my wife and a lot of other women who have shared their stories over the years, especially retired people that we get to meet with, when a gentleman, when their husband or their spouse is really showing heartfelt affection and thinking about their spouse, it goes way further than whatever dollar may purchase anyway. And so that's what we need to remember as men, is that our wife, it's not bad, you know, your wife is saying, buy me diamonds.
Wow. You guys are your brothers-in-law?
Brothers-in-law, yeah.
It's all in the family.
Right, our wives are sisters, and I like to tease them quite a bit. But no, the point is you can get even more mileage just being heartfelt and sincere as you can trying to go spend a few $100s on whatever it is, the rose or the chocolate of the day.
And if you're in it for the long haul, I mean, a great gift to give is the gift of a sound financial plan, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. We find that, I mean, we were at a client appreciation dinner just this last week where folks came in, and what they wanted to hear about at this client appreciation dinner, which was Valentine's Day focused, was, hey, what happens and how do we protect our spouses even when we're gone? And I said, well, that's very romantic. We're talking about Valentine's Day and we're going to kill one of the spouses for this conversation, right? What happens for Social Security survivor benefits? How do IRAs get inherited? How does it work when we transition from one spouse to a surviving spouse after one has passed away? And while that's not romantic, it kind of is for those people who are figuring that that's their most important goal at that second stage of life, when they're worried about transitioning and making sure their loved ones are taken care of after they're gone, and that's a part of what we do.
Really quickly, let's talk about your portfolio reviews and what you offer.
Yeah, this is a great time.
The portfolio review is for anyone that's might be concerned of what their portfolio is doing, how it's holding up in today's current market. You know, markets are a little dicey right now. It might be a time to reevaluate where your positions are. So this review is very helpful for you if you just want to get a good sense of how protected you are and what you are currently invested in. And so it's a great review just to get yourself set up right for retirement.
And there's a lot of broken hearts today with the market down again, right? And a lot of wives are saying, why are we still in the market? We're so close to retirement, or we're already retired. Those two should come in and we can show them a more conservative option. You don't have to gamble your money.
And we do have to go, but I'm going to let them know about something they can take advantage of right now.
Please.
Gentlemen, great having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ashton Strobel, they're offering complimentary portfolio reviews right now to the first 5 callers at the number on your screen. Ashton Strobel is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend and is providing the prize for that promotion. And be sure to tune in every Thursday morning right here on the Morning Blend for more information on Ashton Strobel. They're located on St. Rose Parkway in Henderson. Schedule an appointment today. You can also check out their website or call the number listed for more information. Zebu